Hello guys, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to read the chapter After Blenheim, which is written by Robert Southey. After Blenheim is an anti-war poem written by English poet laureate Robert Southey. The poem is set at the site of the Battle of Blenheim, with the question of two small children about a skull one of them has found. Their grandfather, an old man, tells them of burned homes, civilian casualties, and rotting crops while repeatedly calling it a famous victory. The poem depicts the common man's ignorance of the motives of war. Now let's see about the poet. Robert Southey was born in the year 1774. He was the son of linen draper of a respectable Somerset family. While he was schooling in Westminster, he wrote a composition against flogging, because of which he was expelled from the school. He went later to Balliol, a college in Oxford, and got acquainted with St. Coleridge. He went to live in Spain and Portugal in order to help his uncle. There he managed to learn many languages, which proved to be a great help to him. In 1808, he translated the Chronicle of Cid, which made him quite popular. It is said that the Southey's work were more of literary industry type than of literary creation. Though he wrote much, he was not accorded due justice in the animation of his writing. All the same, he was made poet laureate in 1813. Now let's see the poem in detail. First stanza. The first stanza sets the tone and atmosphere for narration and reflection. It was a summer evening and the place was the cottage of an elderly farmer, Caspar. Caspar was sitting in the sun before his cottage door and his little granddaughter Wilhelmine was playing on the field. Second stanza. Wilhelmine saw her brother Peter King roll a skull which he had found beside the stream while playing there. He wanted to find out from Caspar, his grandfather, what it was. Third stanza. Old Caspar took the skull from Peter King and replied that it was the skull of some poor man who was killed in the war. Fourth stanza. In the fourth stanza, he continued saying that he found many such skulls all over the farm while plugging, because many thousand men were killed in the battle that was known for its victory. Fifth stanza. Young Peter King asks the grandfather to tell him the purpose of the war, while little Wilhelmine looked up at her grandfather with anti-caption. Sixth stanza. Caspar said in reply that the English defeated the French, but he could not tell why they fought, and he could only say that it was a famous victory. Seventh stanza. In the course of the narration, Caspar told the children that his own father had lived at Blenheim. Soldiers burned his father's house and he was forced to leave the place with his wife and child. Thus he became homeless. Eighth stanza. The war itself was terrible. Fire and sword destroyed everything. Many pregnant women and newborn babies died. Such things, Caspar ironically stated, take place at every battle where there is a great victory. Ninth stanza. It was reported that it was a shocking sight at the battlefield where thousands of dead bodies lay rotting in the sun. Tenth stanza. Marlborough and Prince Eugene won great praise from the victory. Little Wilhelmine said that it was a big thing. Caspar replied ironically that it was a famous victory. Last stanza. The poem ends with everybody praising the Duke. Peter King asks what good came out of the war. Caspar said that he could not answer the question. He could only say that it was a famous victory.